The immediate standoff between the United States and Iran has entered a phase of de-escalation. The physical dust is finally settling. For Iran, the toll is heavy and tangible. Their top military command structure was dismantled, critical infrastructure was crippled, and their nuclear program was pushed back by years. While the United States avoided any significant economic damage, its standing as a reliable security partner in the Gulf and Europe dropped to a record low during the conflict. For decades, this network of defense treaties acted as an impenetrable shield. It bound American military power to its allies so tightly that outside rivals were never able to breach the structure. The Iran conflict proved that this architecture was vulnerable to a different kind of pressure. The tactical victory over Tehran came at the cost of the internal stability of the Western alliance itself. This friction began with years of public accusations from Washington. The administration repeatedly claimed that European allies were underspending on their own defense and treating the mutual protection of Article 5 as a one-way street. That rhetoric shifted the moment the Iran conflict escalated. Washington immediately requested access to British military bases and sought direct French naval support to bolster its operations in the region. These requests were met with a flat refusal. European allies, wary of the unpredictable handling of the crisis, chose to distance their militaries from a conflict they had no part in designing. Tensions broke into the open when Friedrich Merz, a prominent figure in German politics, suggested that American miscalculations had unnecessarily complicated the standoff with Iran. The administration responded by threatening to immediately withdraw 5,000 American troops from German soil. Shortly after, a long-standing plan to station Tomahawk missiles in Germany was abruptly canceled, signaling a sharp pivot in the bilateral security relationship. For European leaders, these actions suggested that the American military presence had shifted. It was no longer acting strictly as a collective shield, but as a point of leverage used to punish allies for political dissent. Beyond military threats, the handling of Middle Eastern policy triggered a shock in the global energy markets, forcing allied economies to absorb the financial fallout. This chart shows European inflation jumping from 1.9 to 2.5%, placing immediate strain on shipping and airlines. The driver was doubled energy costs. Brent crude and gas prices shot past $100 a barrel, as regional instability threatened supply chains. Security concerns also mounted in the Gulf. Despite an active ceasefire, Iran conducted a direct attack on the port of Fujairah in the UAE. Washington chose to downplay the severity of the strike. By refusing to challenge the breach of the ceasefire, the United States left a key Gulf partner to manage the aftermath of the attack alone. The combination of economic instability in Europe and physical insecurity in the Gulf forced a broad reassessment of the costs of the American alliance. Long-term partners began to categorize the United States as an unpredictable liability. The perceived role of the U.S. as a steady security guarantor had eroded. This shift has led to the doctrine of strategic autonomy. European nations are now prioritizing the creation of independent defense systems that operate outside of American influence. A similar pivot is visible in the Gulf. Nations that once relied exclusively on Washington are now seeking new security and trade arrangements with other global powers to fill the vacuum. For decades, rival superpowers like China attempted to weaken the Western alliance from the outside, yet the core structure remained intact. The Western security architecture finally fractured under the weight of its own internal policy shifts.